Hi there YouTube, I just want to do a quick sort of scan round on all my fish tanks. I haven't done this before, so this is new to YouTube. It's a bit of a sort of fish room tour, as you will. So I'm just going to go from tank to tank basically, and we're just going to have a look sort of what type of fish I'm keeping, how many aquariums I've got at the moment, projects in the future and all that type of thing. So if you just want to stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to show you tank by tank. I've got a few smaller ones that need rescaping, so they'll be all up and coming, and also I've got some bigger aquariums with cichlids in, angelfish, that type of thing, some more high-tech tanks. Basically most of my tanks run off air, and I'm just using like sponge filters and that type of thing to just run them, but I do have one aquarium in my living room that it's a bit more high tech. I've got DIY CO2 on there. The build video is on YouTube as well if you want to check that out, and also I've got sort of canister filter on there, and it's fully planted out and it's doing really well. It's been established for sort of 2 years or so. So well, I'll just flip the camera around now, guys. We'll have a look at what tanks I've got, and you can check out the fish I'm keeping in a minute. All these tanks that I've got at the minute, they've been set up for sort of around 2 years, and some of them are looking a bit rough and ready, but I'm going to do some really good scaping videos because I've got a couple of like nano tanks and free breeding tanks that I use also as well. So stick around to the end, guys, and we'll check out the aquariums. Guys, this is the first two of 8 aquariums that we've got. There's just 2 side by side here. Both aquariums, we've just got the guppies in there. So this one's just got one male guppy in. It used to be scaped out pretty good, but it's like I say, it's quite an old scape now. Just running the duckweed on top there, it's just running on a sponge filter. We've got a few plants in here. There's we've got the Java ferns there just attached to the rock. That's just a sort of a fake log there. It's just something that I threw in just so they could have somewhere to hide and, you know, have babies and all that type of stuff. And then we've just got some alodia there just on the bottom. I keep that floating usually. It's just somewhere for the fry tide if there's any fry. So this is the first of 8. If you stick around to the end of the video, guys, that'd be great. I'm just running like it's actually a 600 millimeter light from Amazon I've got on there, and it's just got a timer that you can just sort of you know, you can put your daytime, which is that side, went on and off, and then you can have like a night light as well, which is really blue. Obviously, because I've got it so low to the tank there, it can cause quite bad algae blooms, so I tend to just have that on the day mode. It's full spectrum RGB, so it's got the blues, the reds, and the green, and obviously the white. So it grows plants really well. Got some scum on the side there, could do with cleaning that out a bit, give it a water change. And that's the first of 8 there. Just next door, another scaped tank. It started off originally as just a loadia in there, just keep it floating, and obviously I've got the bogwood in there. Same again, just guppies. There's just one male in there. I think there's about 6 girls in this one. It's just I think it's a 30 litre tank, this one. Plenty of snails. I actually use these tanks just to breed my snails in. I've just got the ramsons in there, and I think there's one autosynclus in this tank as well. So yeah, it's pretty cool. These guys get on really well. You can see there he's chasing down the female. He's after some babies. So yeah, the fish doing really well, really healthy. The glass has got a bit, you know, could do with a bit of a clean, but this can algae boom all day long for me. It's you know, it feeds the fish. I say algae, but my partner will kill me. It's algae in England, so just watching so many videos on YouTube, you get used to saying terms of the American way. But yeah, these guys are doing real well. So these are just my guppy tanks. I use these mainly for breeding. I do sell some fish as well. So any fry I'll usually grow out in the smaller tanks that are under my Cichlid tank. I've got 3 of these. I think they're 25 litre, sorry, not 30. I just use them to, you know, put the fry in usually, and then you know, we'll grow them up a bit, feed them really well. Got brine shrimp hatchery going, so feed them baby brine shrimp. Usually sort of a Hikari stuff, or Tetra Pro colour. I usually use them as well. Like, really good food. So yeah, these guys do real good in here. You can see the algae on there, there's diatoms in there, you know, you can see the duckweed's just everywhere. But it's just pulling the nitrates out of the water, so I tend to leave it in. I think I just caught some fry then actually. Yeah, there's just some fry at the top here, if you can just see. we go. There's just some. There's about 5 little fry there. So we've got some more guppies there, and they'll go to the shop then. So they're doing really well. Like I say, if they're breeding in here, you know, the water's good. I usually run this one a little bit harder for the guppies. So the hardness in the KH is slightly higher, and I run the pH at around 7.5, 7.6 in this tank. Yeah, there's you can see the 2 girls there, and then just 1 male, and then obviously the fry at the top there. You can just see them just touch its surface at water. Hopefully they'll survive. They've got plenty of hiding places in here. I use this sort of like guppy grass, this Elodic. It's really hardy, and it sticks around. So I'm just running 1 sponge filter in here. It's the larger version to this one next door. They've both got heaters in. The heater in this one's actually under the log, and then the heater for this one's just at the back. It's same again, just Amazon specials, 25 watts I think they are. Just a small tank. I barely have them on, to be honest, in England. It rarely gets that cold, and if it is that cold, we have the windows closed and the heating on, so the house is always warm. I'm just running like a pea gravel substrate in this tank. There's some aqua soil in the bottle. Sorry, in the bottle. In the bottom, it's I think it's fluvial stratum. I just mix it together with this. This one's a little bit old. This tank is when I first set up, so there's no need for sort of aqua soil in there. There's that much malm and stuff, you know, mixed into this. It's that established now. It's really doing well for itself. So that's just the first 2 guys anyway. So I'll move on to the 150 litre tank that I run in the living room. Like I say, we've got a few to go through, so I won't be too long from tank to tank, but just let you guys check it out and see what fish I've got, and you know what we're breeding and things. I do sell them on eBay and things as well. If you want to get in touch and you want to buy some fish, if you're in the UK, I can't ship abroad at the moment, but if you're anywhere in the United Kingdom, you know, I'm quite willing to ship. That's fine. So at the minute we've got, like I say, we've got the guppies in there. They're not actually these guppies that I've got at the moment. The snake skin. I've got like an orange colour. You'll see them later on, an orange and a yellow one. So they're really nice. These guys are tequila sunset ones that are in here that I'm trying to get a good strain out of at the moment, because they start throwing out really faded colours for some reason. And the girls, they tend to have the tequila sunrise tails as well, but for some reason there's some blacks and some orange and yellow, so they've thrown out some random colours this time, but yeah, if we can get some more then that'd be cool. This is the 150 litre aquarium I have in my living room. This one's a bit overstocked at the moment. I'm just sort of moving some things around. I've actually got another tank on the way as well, so it is slightly overstocked. It's a bit of a random mix because there's hard water fish with soft water fish in here, so it's a bit crazy, but yeah. This is a planted aquarium that I run in my living room. This is the one I run DIY CO2 on. If you want to see the build video on that, then that's on my YouTube channel also. I think it's under just DIY CO2 system. There's 2 parts to it at the moment. It is a little bit boring, but you know, if you want to check it out and just keep watching, you know, you find out all the ingredients you need to make that system. So in this particular tank here, we're running another Amazon light. And with MD fish tanks on this with the Amazon lights, you know, they come from, you know, you can buy one from £40 and you can spend, you know, you can go up to thousands of pounds if you start buying Kessels and, you know, lights like that. You know, they're really expensive. I don't use any expensive lights on this tank. I am running CO2, but it's not bought CO2. It's a home built system. It's actually just, yeah, I'm just waiting for some parts off Amazon today. Sorry about the tools there and stuff. I was just cutting some cover to go on top there, jump guard, and now obviously it's my partner's piano and things here. So yeah, so this is the CO2 system. There's a build video on my YouTube channel, so if you want to check that out, guys, it's really good. I mean, there's 2 bottles there with a mixture in, and you're supposed to be running this in the green, which is there. And this is kilograms per centimetre, so with, you know, the gauges around there, it's really pressurised. If I just show you now, like, I mean, you can hear that coming out. And that's just from 2 bottles with mixing citric acid and baking soda. You know, there's a lot of pressure in them bottles, guys. They're absolutely solid. You know, I mean, you can hear the pressure that's coming out of there. That's just CO2. So you can imagine how long that lasts. You know, it lasts a fair while. So yeah, anyway, back to the video, guys. This is the planted aquarium in the living room. So as you can see here, we've got the bogwood here. I've just made this coconut cave, bought a coconut from Asda or whatever. Took out the water from the inside, and then just cut it in half with a jigsaw, to be honest. I just drilled a hole in it and cut it in half. So I made 2 coconut caves. In this tank we're running a pea gravel mixture with, it's a fine sand pea gravel, a quartz black sand, and also some fluval stratum in there. It's just a mixture of all things in there, but I've done a really thick bed. It's about nearly 2 centimeters thick. So the edge of the tank's actually there, the bottom of the tank's actually there. The light's a bit strange in here today, but yeah, you can just see the tank actually sits at the bottom of that black trim. So with the deep bed, the plants grow real well. This plant, it's also established really well. These are river rocks which found in my local river. And also these are, and these over here. And then the plants are all tropical plants, apart from the Amazon swords at the back there. Then I've got the Vallisneria, the Crips, dwarf hairgrass. I think that's some sort of the larger version of the dwarf hairgrass, just hairgrass, I suppose. And then obviously there's the Amazon swords at the back there, which I use as a bit of a backdrop. I have painted the back of the tank, it's black, and I've just used some acrylic modelling paint to do that. I didn't water it down, I just did it straight from the bottle. And then we've got there's some Anubias just down there, some larger Anubias and Anubias Nano Petite at the back. We've got some Alodia again, which what I usually do is I usually grow, because the substrate's so good in here, I grow the Alodia. And there's some other stem plants. There's a Rotolafundia at the back as well. I grow them from this substrate until they get sort of like 6 inch tall, and just throw them in the guppy tanks to float. We've got some Java Fern on there. It's not doing too cracky on that side, but it's doing really well. Sorry about the focus, guys. It's doing really well on this piece, just at the back there. And I just use like a cyanoacrylate super glue, the Gorilla glue. I think it's the one with the green lid. I'm not too sure. You'll have to check on the ingredients, guys. But yeah, that's it. That's the tank that I use here. And then I use a canister filter on the back. So I've just got the outtake there, which runs down the back of the tank, just down to the bottom, and then the intake there, and then it's just on a spray bar at this side. If I just lift this, there's just a spray bar there, just causing some flow. I bought these, if you're wondering where I got these covers from, it's sort of corrugated, I want to say, I can't remember what they actually call it now. It's like a corrugated type perspex type of job. It's just, you know, the one with the holes in, I'm not sure what you call it. But yeah, I just got a big sheet of that. I think it were like 600 by 1.2 millimeters or something length, so you get a big sheet of it. It comes with like a cover on, so you just mark it out on the cover, you know, cut it as best you can. It's quite difficult to cut. I just did it with like a Stanley knife. I ain't done too bad of a job, I don't suppose. And then you can just sort of like, you can slide it off. I'm just waiting for some clips that actually go in the tank. So this is for the top view of the tank. You can just see the Amazon swords there, and you know, there's a couple of guppies in there that have just got stray and ended up in here. But yeah, it's a cool tank. Like I say, there's a mixed species in here. There is some soft and hard water fish in here, different temperatures, but it's just temporary measures at the minute. So we've just got 2 mollies there. There's a baby male and obviously a full adult female. We've got the banded rainbows. This is a male. It's just flashing off his colours because the lights have come on. And there's a female somewhere in here. There's a female. There we go. And then just behind the female there, you can just see we've got some black widow tetras, or skirted tetras, whichever you call them. I think it's mainly black widow tetras in the UK, but I think overseas and stuff they call them skirted tetras. We did have a nearite snail, but this guy's been in here since the tank was set up and is come to a watery end by the looks of things. There's another one in there. There's just a couple of crips there, adult crips, 2 males there. And also there's a large angelfish male, and there's a female just underneath as well. I think it's a black marble male, and I'm not sure which one this one is. I've forgotten. If you know what they're called, just leave a comment in the bottom, and he'll refresh my memory. And then we just got a gold ram male here. He's from old brew stock. He was the survivor after doing a number of spawns for me, and the female unfortunately passed away. And I also had the German blue rams that were breeding for me as well, but they don't last too long, rams, unfortunately. And you know, you can get a good year and a half out of them, but after that they start to deteriorate. This guy's beautiful species. You know, the rams are absolutely stunning. This guy's got the gold. It's just like a rainbow in your tank. You know, the golds are oranges. You know, he's got the red fins at the top there. And if off camera you can't really see, he's got blue speckles all over him, and you know, into his fins and things. You might be able to get him. He's got the little blue there, the electric blue just to the bottom of the eye. And also off camera you can see he's got the electric blue all over his fins as well, like little spots. So it's beautiful. This guy's this male crib there. With the dot on the tail, looks like a peacock. So yeah, this tank's doing really well. The plants are really healthy. There's no algae at all. Really nice tank. And I'm just running underneath the in the cabinet there. I've just got the EF. I think it's 1400 all pond solutions canister filter. This thing's been great. It's never leaked on me. You know, I'd be quite happy to give them a good review. So yeah, this thing's great. I have hot rodded it quite a bit. I bought my own media, so it's got bio balls in the bottom section. I'll do a video on that in the future. And then it's got like coarse sponge filters and bio media. Then above that it's got the medium sponge filters, and then we move on. Just on top of there, it's just on top of a towel because I can't do with the vibrations, but we've just got the all pond solutions. I'll see if I can get it out a little bit just so the light. Yeah, so we've got it's the model number AP3. It's got the 2 outlets because I run, obviously you can see there, I'm running air in the tank as well. We've just got an air bar at the back there, and then we're just running a sponge filter in corner, and then the other line just runs down to my brine shrimp hatcher, which is just for feeding the fry mainly, but I do feed it in all my tanks. But this particular air pump's been brilliant. I've actually got that air pump on all my tanks, and I've got the larger one on my Cichlid tank just because it's a pain to keep clean. So we'll move on, guys. Anyway, we'll move on to the next one. If you've got any questions or anything like that, just leave them in the comments below. I'm quite happy to answer it. And if you want me to do any videos like on the Zis brine shrimp hatcher, or you know, on the canister filters and things, reviews and things like that, then I can do. Thinking about doing some reviews on the leaf zone fertilizer, because I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's the best fertilizer I've ever used anyway, and it just grows my plants so well. Like, I mean, if you look at that, guys, it's looking absolutely awesome. Plants just grow like wildfire. And once I get the CO2 connected back up today, I actually smashed the diffuser for my CO2. So I had actually been running it for about 6 months, and I planted this afterwards. And I wanted to carpet the bottom in the dwarf hairgrass. So hopefully once we get that up and running, we can, you know, we'll have a good carpet there, and I can do some more videos regarding that. So, but yeah, the leaf sounds brilliant. I also use Chem Iron, which is the Flourish line. This stuff's really good as well. Just be careful of that, guys, though, because that will cause an algae bomb. I use alkaline buffer in most of my tanks because I've got really soft water and I've got absolutely no KH coming out the tap. So I do buffer the water as it's going into the taps just to give me some buffering capacity. I also, if you look really carefully, I'm running crushed coral in there, and I've actually got crushed coral in most of my tanks just in media bags. And then just for water changes, I use Chem Prime. Chem Prime is brilliant. It's best water dechlorinator in my opinion. And then we've just got a massive barrel there, just bicarb, which I use mainly for my my CO2 system, my home-built CO2 system. But I do use it as well to up the pH in emergencies and just give me some buffering. So, right, guys, I'll move on to the next one because we don't want to make the video too long. I don't want it to get bored of watching it, to be honest. And then just on the front there, we've just got the digital thermometer. Right, cool, guys, catch you on the next one. Then, guys, we've made it to the project mess because I've forgotten to put all these things away. So I've been testing water and things. I'll explain more in a second. So I use the API master test kit, and also I've got 4 different types of test strips as well that I use. This is one, I'll use another 2. I think these ones are actually for pools, but if you look on the back there, they do for free chlorine, so it's good to check your chlorine in your water. Your pH is a bit ropey, but it does work sometimes. I think that's it really for. They've got the hardness tests and things on there, but you can sort of take data from that alongside your API master test kit, and also the other test kits that I've got. Can't remember where I've put them now, but yeah, I've got another 2 sets of them. But yeah, this is my Cichlid tank. So this one's 210 litres, I think. It's a fluval tank, all beach stones. I've got to say, guys, I do use a lot of natural things, but the stone is tested, and also these stones have all been boiled and hot water poured over them and cleaned and everything. So if you are using stuff from nature, don't take more than what you need, and also just make sure they're really clean before you put them in your fish tanks, because you could be bringing anything into your water. So this one, guys, same again. I've just put these on yesterday, so it's same again, the corrugated lid, jump guard. I did have a big black Acara in there, about 6 inch, but it did jump out, unfortunately. Which was I was just looking after it, but it jumped out, so there's nothing I can do about that. And then I'm just using one of these Amazon lights at the moment. I did have 2 of these on, but they're a bit rubbish really. They're like £16 off Amazon, full spectrum. I've had to put some tape over it just because it's so bright. It's causing massive diatom algae blooms and stuff in the water. Running again duckweed because it just gets everywhere. And then inside this one we've got the Demasoni. We've got 2 Demasoni in there, which are really good, really nice fish. We do have some obviously yellow labs. I can't identify this one at the moment, guys. I bought it as a mixed lab pack. If you can just get a better shot, because it's just blurring out a little bit. But yeah, I was assuming it was some sort of colour morph of maybe Demasoni, or some sort of Malawi anyway. And I've actually got 2 of these guys. They're really pale, sort of bluey white colour, and they've got the barring on the sides. This guy's got the black fins on top as well. So if anyone knows what they are, just drop us a comment again. Got the beach pebbles in there. I'm running crushed coral in this, and a fine sand, because these guys like to dig and I need the coral to buffer, because this tank's on a much higher pH. And I've managed to get some plants growing in here finally. I've got an Amazon sword that I've adapted. It melted back real bad, right down to roots. And that guy started growing real good, but it's just covered in diatoms. And obviously the Malawis they're liking to snack on the leaves a little bit. I'm running a big sponge filter at this side, and also there's a sponge filter at that side, and then I've got 2 little mechanical filters just causing flow. And then I've just got a 25 watt heater, which is getting absolutely cane because it's too small for the tank. Sorry about the glare, guys. So yeah, this tank's real fun. They're really sort of they're really interesting, and they've got a really good personality. They come to the tank, they'll come and see you, they love to eat. I've never had any problems with these fish. They're absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, they're real cool. It was something that I'd never thought I'd get into cichlids, but since I've got these, I'd always have a cichlid tank in my fish room and things now. A few products here while we're here, might as well. So these don't eat this, by the way. It's I use for the cichlids. I use I Love Fish Cichlid Pellets, usually from, if I can't get out else, these are from Pets at Home. And then I also use the Bug Bites cichlid formula, and I also give them baby brine shrimp freshly hatched as well. For some of the smaller fish, I use the NT Labs Nano Pellets. These are really, really good if you've got sort of like Guppies or ram fry that's a few weeks old. They're great. And then I use a Tetra Pro colour as well. This stuff's real good. This is a bigger, like, crisp format. They say discus and rams. I'd say discus more, but rams probably not. They're a bit big for them, to be fair. Sort of your big angel fish, things like that. These guys are big enough to eat them, as a treat for a couple of every now and again, because they're rammed with protein, and it just brightens them up a bit. They've got all the good stuff in, the probiotics and things like that. Just below this one here, then we'll go to the first breeder tank. At the moment, I'm running I was running the small sponge filters, but I've actually updated them now to the 2 big tower sponge filters. These are 35 litre tanks. This one's got 100 watt heater in, but it's turned literally right down to the bottom, and it's just running at 23 degrees, which is a little bit cold. But I've just done a water change on these guys, so I water change these probably once every 2 days. And in this tank in particular, we have 90 tiny calico bristlenose plecos. Obviously, they're not going to stay in here for long. Yeah, obviously these guys aren't going to stay in here for too long because there's so many, and the bioload would be too much. But yeah, they're really cool, these little bristlenose. These guys are real fun fish. I'll see if I can get a close up, but they're a bit sort of skittish, and my camera didn't want to zoom on anything, but yeah, they're cool. So I've just put some bogwood in there, some little pieces. These little brown bits here are just bits of algae wafers that I've thrown in, and these guys get a little squirt of baby brine shrimp every now and again. There's a couple on the rocks there at the back. But yeah, these guys are real fun, nice fish. I mean, all the bristlenose are real cool, you know, even the common ones, but the calicos, the real nice orange with the you know, with the black pattern on. So these guys aren't coloured up properly yet, they're looking a bit sort of brownish. But yeah, I've just running, like I said, running a sponge filter. They've just got a couple of bits of slate back there, and I've made it so it's slightly raised so they can get underneath. There's a Nubius there just attached to a pebble with the cyanoacrylate super glue. So yeah, that's a cool little tank, and I've just got a piece of elodie there just to pull some nitrates out of water and the nitrite. Moving on, we've got another guppy breeder. This one's kicking some serious algae out. So these guys love it. You know, there's an autosynclus in there, and there's a couple of little plecos in there as well. The baby brown plecos, just common. So there's my little autosynclus. He's just stuck to the glass. I don't know if you can get a decent view on him, but yeah, he's just living life in there because he's got so much algae to eat. He's loving it. So these guys, there's a male and female guppies in here. You can just see the male there. This is a snakeskin orange. And then we've just got the yellow snake skin in this one as well, which is just at the top. I think I can't get a good focus on it because there's so much algae in there. But yeah, this tank's really cool. These guys kick out babies for fun as well. Every time I look in this tank, I'm pulling fry out and just putting them in other tanks and things. I do have a couple more tanks, which I'm not going to show today. I don't think we'll have time because the video is so long already. And my internet speed in England at the moment is absolutely awful, so if I start doing videos over sort of like 15-20 minutes, I can't actually upload them. So there's the yellow snakeskin just in shot now. He's going absolutely crazy because there's so many females in there, but yeah, he's loving it. Moving on, just in this tank here, this is a bit of an experiment. I've got a wave maker just there, and I've also got a small pump just there. There is 3 corridoras in here, 1 male and 2 females. I've been trying to breed these guys. I've done water changes, trying to get them going, but they're just not having none of it. So might have been a bit of a long run, but yeah, these guys they're not playing games with me today. But I can't actually see any of them. Just try her outside, maybe. Yeah, just there's the panda corridoras. They're just hiding out there back at the back. These guys are real cool. I love the panda corridor. I love the corridoras in general, but they're just playing. You know, they're playing in the flow there. I've got the flow maker on the wave maker on a bit of a timer, so they're not getting absolutely kicked around all the time. And I'm just feeding them real heavy at the minute. I've been giving them bloodworms, you know, baby brine shrimp. They've had some other things as well, spirulina tablets and things like that. But yeah, they're not playing, guys. So if you got any tips and tricks on how to breed panda corridoras, that'd be absolutely amazing. If you could just give me some tips and tricks on that. I'm just a hobbyist. I do sell a few fish, but it's mainly just for fun. I don't, you know, I'm just doing it for a bit of fun, really. You know, I like to breed the fish. I like to make sure they're looked after real good and the water's clean, and quite like the science behind it. You know, checking out the water parameters, and I like to know where the fish are from, and I try and find out loads of information. That's the fun in it for me. So you know, as long as they're well looked after and things, that's the main thing. But yeah, it's just a bit of an insight into my hobby. It's a new channel, guys, so If you could just like and subscribe, you know, if you can share my videos on your pages, or if you can share them in groups or anything like that, that'd be great, you know, so I could get a few more subscribers on my channel. I'm hoping to make some more videos. You know, I'd like to do sort of reviews on my foods and things like that, and you know, the master test kits and stuff. I managed to get this in the UK. It's Aquarium Corp towel. If most of you guys watching this will watch Corey McElroy from Aquarium Co-op. My partner actually imported this in from Australia. I know it stopped shipping at the point of this video anyway. I just found the announcement on one of his live streams that they have stopped shipping now to any countries, so they're not even shipping to Canada, I don't think, but they was shipping to Australia at one point, and someone in Australia decided to buy loads of Aquarium Corp stuff and then auction it all on eBay. So this thing, it sort of flew from America to Australia, then we imported it from Australia to the UK. So that's quite nice to have, especially if he's not going to be doing sort of any sort of products in the UK now, so it makes my towel kind of rare, I suppose. But yeah, that's a nice thing to have. So yeah, Aquarium Corp in the UK. That's I don't actually use this towel for anything because I don't want to make it dirty. It's not my fish room towel at all, but I just like to put it there. I don't know why, it just looks cool next to my tanks and stuff, like my setup. So yeah, and we've got the big screen TV just above there. We can just chill in bed, and this tank's in front at the end of his bed, and we can watch telly. We're usually watching like fish programs on there. We watch obviously Aquarium Corp, MD Fish Tanks, the Fishroom Matt. You know, we watch all them guys, and they're cool. Their channels are really cool as well, so big shout out to them guys. Obviously they're way more established than me, but it's been through watching them that's pushed my hobby on, because I started off with one little tank, and now, you know, I want my own channel, and we're on Facebook as well, and my Instagram page is doing really well at the minute. So that's just Horizon Fish Tanks on Instagram. I post on there daily as well, so there's all manner of photographs and videos and things on there. So if you want to check that out, that'd be amazing. If you do go and check any of that stuff out, guys, if you could just take it, you know, if you're liking my pictures and things like that, that's absolutely awesome. But if you could just follow the page as well, it just pushes my page up a bit more. You know, more people, it'll just push me up the pecking order, and it'll, you know, more people can check out what I'm doing. You know, that'd be great. So I'm just going to show you one more little tank. This one's a bit of a write-off, but when I flick to the next tank, I'll explain why. So just keep on, guys. Hi, we're back again. So this one is my bedside table tank. I'm not sure how many people have got these, but this thing has been the nemesis of me since I actually got it. So I don't just have random scissors. This is my aquascaping scissors. I were cutting some things earlier on. So this thing, I've bred German blue rams in this tank. At the moment now, it's just got 3-4 tiny guppies in it. That is a cut in half cup, which I was using to breed rams, and that is the other half of it there. And I cut it with my angle grinder because I'm a floor and wall tiler. So I just cut that off. I do have my own business in Huddersfield if anyone needs any tiling doing. It's DPL Tiling Huddersfield. I'll just promote that while I'm here. So this one, it's been an algae boom. It's been an absolute pest. I got this plant and it brought in detritus worms with it. So now I've got detritus worms. I have to gravel vac it like every day. It's a nightmare. This one's just running some real cheap lights. This is not hand soap, by the way. This is fertilizer. I've just repurposed the spray nozzle. If you do this though, guys, make sure you wash that thing out like real good, because you do not want soap in your aquariums. That is not a good thing. So you want to be washing it out like 50 times with real hot water. But this has just got API leaf zoning, and obviously you can just one squirt of this in here, because this tank's only like 20 litres, 30 litres or something. That'll be enough. 25 watt heater. And then just there, without the glare, is a small sponge filter. And I'm just running some real cheap, like, the little breeder tanks that I use, these little lights come with it. I've just got one of them, and I did have two, but obviously it's it were algae blooming big style, so I just turned one of them off. So yeah, that's just a bit of a random one, this one, but it's pretty cool. I did have it scaped out pretty nice. I might be able to throw up a couple of pictures later on in the video. Probably not though, because I don't have time really. I've got to go back out. So, like I say, guys, this is just a quick one.